Hello everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Valerio. I'm developer advocate working in Anaconda, and I'm extremely excited to be live streaming today from BETT with my friend and co-host for the live streaming today, Massimo. I'll let him introduce himself.
I'm Massimo Chiriatti. Thank you for inviting me here. I work at Lenovo and I act as a CTO, Chief Technical Officer.
Perfect. So we have a lot to discuss today, and I'm hope that it will be a very interesting discussion for what we have planned. The first thing I want to ask you, Massimo, is everybody is talking about AI these days. AI is a very hyped word. Everyone talks about AI. It's interesting how, the conversation has changed over the years. We were talking AI, then there was like machine learning, now there's back in the AI thing. Everybody seems to be talking AI, but we both know that AI is not a new thing. So first, and everybody has different definitions for AI. So the first thing I would ask you is, what is your definition of AI, and why do you think is everyone now is talking about it?
It's not an easy question, but I think that AI is a discipline that uses computer system to read our footsteps, our data. And thanks to computer, we have the opportunity to elaborate that data, to suggest, and in the last time, to produce content. Think about conversational agents right now, to generate future steps. We are very lucky in these times because we have AI based only on three ingredients. Data. Without data, you can do any AI system.
True.
And computing power. I am working at Lenovo. We provide infrastructure solutions for AI and algorithms.
Yes.
It's your job. And we are lucky because we are witnessing the decreasing costs about collecting data, about managing data, and so on, and even for elaborated data, of course. And we can get open source model to produce software. No? For this reason, I think this is a fantastic time to explore this domain. And I will add that if you see around, you can visit techtoday.lenovo.com, for example, our booth or our website, because there are very useful info for teachers and for students. But Valerio, tell me something about you and your work in Anaconda. I think that you can show us a lot of things.
Yes. Well, first off, let me just repeat the URL you said. It's TechnoDay, is it? techtoday.lenovo.com is the page you wanna check out. And if you're here, BETT, by the way, Lenovo has a fantastic booth. You can find us here. So talking about Anaconda, I'm extremely excited for the partnership we have. Lenovo and Anaconda are partners together because I think we both provide the right tools for to support business and educators in this AI transformations. So as you said, so the main ingredient is always data, but Lenovo is providing the computing power, and we provide tools that can support the transition into the AI transformation. We develop tools that are for AI, and they are sometimes even assisted by AI. So I'm thinking, for example, of the new coding assistant we have. It's integrated in Anaconda notebooks. So in case you're interested, it's anaconda.com/code in the cloud. You can see Anaconda notebooks, and it's like there's an AI chatbot that essentially assisting you coding into the browser in Python to learn quickly how to do data science, for example. But I want to stress something actually today. I want to highlight that AI transformation doesn't go through necessarily technology. It's not just about technology. It's also about education. Education plays a key role in this transformation. And I believe that, and we believe in Anaconda actually, we have this very much in Anaconda. And we do have initiatives like Anaconda Learning is a platform where you can find resources to empower and enhance your skills and your data literacy. We really believe in democratizing the literacy in data and AI to everyone. So that's the main point I would like to highlight. But talking about education, what do you think is the role of educators in the age of AI at this point?
Mm-hmm. Today,
yeah, I know it's not an easy question. I know.
Today, in our domain, the learning time exceeds the obsolescence time of our skills. I hope that you would agree with that.
I definitely do. It's a very good point, but would you mind expanding a little bit?
Sure. In other words, the point is that it's impossible to stay constantly up to date with everything, that happens in the world of the AI. We have some questions, open questions. For example, what work we will do?
Yes.
What skill do we need to have? And last but not least, how can we train ourselves and train people?
True. Yes.
This is we are struggling to understand how to change this method or better education, of course. And can you help us to explain why AI literacy is so important in higher education?
Yes, thank you for the question. Actually, it's and I really completely agree. It's very difficult nowadays to keep up ourselves, to keep ourselves up to date, because everything is moving very fast. And something that was working like 6 months before, is like old, and there's something new already. And that's why I truly believe that AI literacy is again the key pivotal element in this conversation. AI literacy, well, if you just, especially in higher education, if you think about it, every curriculum in higher education, regardless of the discipline, either being scientific or humanistic studies, there's always nowadays at least one course related to data science. And this is because everyone has to deal with data in one way or the other. And also, and this goes for other, I don't know, it's not just, when we think about AI and then this, and like surrounding this technological word, we're so induced in thinking that it's all about computer science. It's not just computer science. It can be any scientific discipline, from computer science to physics, for example, but also from social sciences to human study, to philosophy. Every discipline nowadays, since data is so crucial in our life, every data has to be aware of what we're living in, and has to be aware of what are the risks and the benefits of working with data. So for example, why philosophy is important? We're talking about ethics, and you can definitely relate on that. So again, AI literacy is the crucial point.
Okay, absolutely, I agree with you, strongly agree with you. But how can faculty support students in using AI on campus?
Yes, that's a very good point. And essentially, what I mean by AI literacy is a very umbrella term. AI literacy means different things depending on who we're talking to and depending what is the field of study. Again, you can provide to students skills for computer programming or Python programming if you want to go very specific, but it's like computer programming, but not everybody has to be a programmer. It's, for example, working on AI research project, or prompt engineering is another interesting skills. So providing resources and access to the information, to these pivotal elements is the important, in my opinion, is the important support higher education can provide nowadays. sorry. But talking about, you know, AI and education, there's also another, you know, another. You mentioned this before about what is the job of the future, and that, and we essentially don't know. We had this brief conversation before, but I just want to ask you something, which is probably some of the people in the audience have already, you know, heard about this, and it's a common, you know, narrative of thinking of AI as the replacement of humans eventually, you know. What do you think about it? Would you say that AI is going to replace humans in any time soon?
Not at all, but I can add some words if you want. No?
Yes, please.
In terms of history, no? The machine has always helped us to do all things. No? For example, we delegated to machine repetitive jobs, no? Dangerous jobs, alienating jobs, no? Of course. We invent and we use technology to feel better, to save time.
Yes, I agree.
To inform us, of course, to help us. A question is, who among us today would like to do the work of any machine?
Nobody.
Nobody. No people who want to do. No, it always will be the same in the future. And the question is, other questions is, we need to have relations with others. I see the future of jobs in your eyes, in other eyes, because we, as a human being, are able to have interactions, empathy. No, we can negotiate, for example.
Yes.
Exchange values. Instead, the machine are able to do transactions.
Yes, I agree with that very much.
Transaction in terms of simple exchange of bits or information, for example.
Ultimately.
This is, in my opinion, very important. No? And we need to invest, and we need to innovate, not to help us as human beings to get more from technology. No? I see very often that AI is not only for technical guys, but even for humanistic side. You know? We need the multidisciplinary skills, for example, and we need philosophers, economists, and lawyer, and so on. On this note, what do you say to students who are transitioning from academia to industry? What do you say that there is any learning gap that they need to fill?
Thank you for the question. That's a very good question, and it's a question very close to my heart, actually. And because I witnessed that transition myself. I just want to say something very quickly on comment on something you said about multidisciplinary skills, and the fact, again, stressing again that data literacy and data awareness is very important regardless of your field of study or your field of work. Now, something I've seen happening lately, finally, is that, like talking about the general public, is that more and more people are starting to be aware of not just the use of data, but also the risks of data. So now there's lots of conversation happening about, data security, privacy concerns, and ethics, and the use of machines and algorithms, for ethical, or in other perspective, like the bias in the algorithms, like models that essentially are biased towards one data or another because the bias in the data. So this is, the very interesting point that more and more people are starting to understand. But talking about, again, the transition of students, what I would like to say to them is, my personal advice and suggestion to them is to always stay curious and keep an open mind on things. As we said, technology is evolving blazingly fast, and there's no such a thing like I do study in academia and then I don't study anymore. Now this is not happening. It's not going to be the same again. Actually, if you're a student and you're, doing your university degree, I think that the best thing that university taught me was how to study, not what to study. That's my main message. So keep your mind open, stay curious, and try to keep up with everything evolving and the technology evolving, because this is happening anyway. So there's nothing you can do. You just have to embrace the change and do this. And that's why I'm extremely happy again of this partnership Lenovo and Anaconda have, because I think we both provide the key elements to give everyone the assets to stay up to date, and at the same time be curious and always learning. But I think we're almost out of time. So any final remarks?
No, thank you, because you talked about the Python part, but I would like to add more, but we have no time. But I think this with the Lenovo we can provide infrastructure solutions, and in this booth we have a lot of graphic workstation, for example, and to have to enjoy. But the last question or last remarks, and you talked about ethics.
I did.
In my opinion, it's very important, because everyone tomorrow or just today talk about ethics, because from science point of view, think about the molecular for the water, H2O. It's clear. It's a stable, fixed. No, it's neutral. But when you go down to technology is not neutral. It's not positive only or negative, or neither neutral, depending on the value of the people that design it, on deploy it or use it. And even for teachers and students, we need to pay attention. How do we use any technology? Because we can, unfortunately, even improve or better, we can damage people, because we can discriminate people, even without our awareness. Okay? And because machine, better than me, can replicate bias, personal preferences in the past. Thanks to teachers, thanks to technology, we can mitigate this kind of problems. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm extremely excited to have this opportunity with you, and thank you very much for your time here.
My pleasure.
Lenovo.